how did you get into vending in the first place, and what was you doing beforehand?
About 3.5 years ago, I was in a finance job. I hated it. Manager was just
You've been featured in like some big news articles, like LADbible, The Mirror, and just Evening News. Like, how did you get to that point?
He messaged me at the start of the year saying he wanted to come over and film, and he said, just post a short. And I was like, I don't really want to do TikTok. But I posted it, and it did like 800k.
How many vending machines you got now?
27.
When did you think to yourself, you know what, I'm an expert at this, I want to now start helping others to do it?
I was getting so many people messaging me and, oh, how did you do it? And I put so much information out on YouTube, and they just felt like it wasn't enough. So I was like, maybe I can just put it in one place where I don't have to keep repeating myself, and I can teach people that actually want to do it, and not people that are wasting my time getting information. We get people coming in for the coaching now, and I'm like, I don't think it's for you.
How many vending machines would you say that somebody would need to replace their 9 to 5?
So if you're talking 24 after tax, 2k more.
Cool, Meg. So welcome to the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I know people don't know who you are yet, but they are going to be excited when they hear who you are. So Meg is a client of ours, but today we're going to be talking about her story, how she got started in vending, where you are today. Just drop some gems for the people watching.
Hell yeah.
So let's start off with the big question. How did you get into vending in the first place, and what was you doing beforehand?
So about 3.5 years ago, I was in a finance job. I hated it. People told me what to do. Manager was just and I swear, it's just a dick. Yeah, it was just a dick. And I just needed to get out and do something else. So I've always been the type of person, or I was the type of kid that would be selling things on eBay. Reselling shoes was a big thing for me. And then I was like, oh, what can I get where I don't have to, it doesn't require my attention all the time. So I was just like doing a lot of research on YouTube, and I came across this guy in America that was doing it called Jaime. And yeah, I kind of just got obsessed with it from there for like 9 months. And then I went through a breakup, and I was like, oh, heartbroken. And then, I just bought a vending machine. Just was like, yeah, fucking want to do it. So I bought it, and then, I didn't have a place to put it. And luckily the person I bought it off is still like my mentor and supplier today. And he was like, yeah, you can keep it until you find a location. Found a location, went from there.
Sick. So did you learn from Jaime, or did you learn from somebody else?
No, well, because he was in America. Everything's a little bit different over there, like logistics, actually the vending machine brands and models, snacks, different thing. Even the economy is completely different.
Really?
So yeah, like it's a weird one, because you could sell something there for like $3, but over here you have to sell it for £1, because I know the currency exchange is a little bit different, but they're so much more willing to buy stuff for a higher price. But yeah, I mean, having to learn that and be like, okay, I do need to meet my margins, but to a point where people are going to still buy was a lot different in America. In America, I've got a few friends over there now that do vending, and they're like, oh, I can just double the price I bought it for. And I'm like, it's not really that easy for us over here. I think people are less likely to spend the money.
No, I get you. So when you actually started your vending machine business, did you take any programs? Did you have a mentor in place, or did you just say, you know what, fuck this, I'm just going to give it a shot and go from there?
I think, no, if I tell the truth, I think I can't remember, it's like 4 years ago, but I think I bought Jaime's course. And obviously most of the stuff didn't apply to me, but the stuff that did apply to me, I really knuckled down on. And then the stuff that didn't apply to me, I had to learn the UK version of it, which was a little bit harder. It definitely took me longer to learn, but I'm here now. Got through the rough times, and now.
So how long after buying his course did you get your first vending machine? Like, did that course give you everything that you needed, or was you like, I still need to do my research, being that you're in the UK as well?
Do you know what? It was, I can't remember. I have a bad memory as it is, but I couldn't tell you a time frame. I was probably like watching and learning for like 9 months before I bought it. But at first it was just a little bit of entertainment, to watch, because I was really into people making money, me making money. And it really motivated me watching people make money as well. So watching that, I was like, oh, okay. I mean, I was watching people sell shoes as well at the same time.
Oh yeah.
So it wasn't
like
really
selling.
Yeah, so it wasn't really something that I was planning on doing. And then I was like, oh, maybe I could do this over here. And I looked on the like people doing social media for vending over here, and there was no one. And there was one guy who I actually bought a vending machine off, and then he only did like a few videos, and then he just like disappeared off the face of the earth. So yeah, I was like, oh, maybe I can learn how to do this over here. There's not that many people doing it, so maybe I can try and learn how to do it, and I did.
Yeah, I've definitely seen like videos on YouTube of people doing it in the States, but no one's really been doing it over here in the UK.
Yeah.
So like, even when we connected with you, I didn't know anybody who was doing it apart from yourself. So it was new, it was unique. I was like, oh, okay, cool. So like, based on that, with you buying his course and whatnot, let's like strip it back a bit. Why did you even choose vending in the first place? Like, how did you even come across vending? Because I know you said that you've done a bit of reselling and all that sort of stuff. Like, talk to us about that.
So I think me wanting to go ahead and doing it was because I used to sell snacks and drinks in school. I was one of them kids that,
yeah,
had a duffel bag and
yeah, buy it from Poundland and
gym stuff in
it. Yeah.
Put gym stuff in it. So yeah, I was always that person. Like I said, I've always like tried to find ways to make money. And then I was like, oh, I can buy this machine and put it somewhere, and it can be making me money, and I only have to go once a week or every 2 weeks, and it'll take me 20 minutes. So I was like, yeah, that's definitely something I want, because at the same time, I could still do my reselling. And I did that until probably last year. So yeah, it was another income stream for me, to be honest. I was just obsessed with making money.
Yeah. And you went into reselling before that. Like, what got you into reselling? Like, was it something that you saw online? You thought, oh, I could give that a shot. Like, your background is obviously like buying and selling. So you probably thought, oh, okay, let me buy and resell like trainers, hoodies, clothing, all that sort of stuff. And it probably didn't work out for you. And that's why you ended up doing vending.
Yeah.
But like, what made you even start reselling? Because there's so many business models out there, like, to start these days.
I could yap about this for ages, but, I think it all goes back to like being a kid, and I had 2 older brothers, and then my brother that's 10 years older than me. I've got an older brother as well. He was like really into like wearing snapbacks and trainers, so I've always been into like fashion and things like that. And then, I mean, not right now. I don't really care. I don't care anymore. But back then, I was really into it. So I was like really up with like Nike, Jordan, Adidas, things like that. Supreme, when Supreme was cool.
Supreme
Yeezy, when Yeezy was cool. But I think even like the pop culture that I was listening to when I was a kid as well really got me into fashion. And then from there, I was like watching YouTubers doing reselling of sneakers, because it was all American. There was nothing.
You've done everything from America.
Yeah, exactly.
Literally.
So it was all American. So it was like sneaker reselling, and it's like Supreme, like bots and things like that. And it was just like probably 2015 to 2017. It was really like hardcore for that. And then obviously I started doing photography as well.
Oh, okay.
Photography business for like 7 years.
Right. So you basically done like...
I've done everything.
I've
done everything.
So you've been an entrepreneur since day dot then. Like you've literally wanted to do your own thing from the get-go.
Yeah.
So like with like the photography business and the reselling, was it a case where it didn't work out? Or like, did you just think, you know what, this ain't for me?
I think for the reselling, I've always been able to find suppliers and things like that to actually, you know, buy stock and sell it. But it was so like tedious. You have to buy the stock, go get the stock, bring it back, inventory it, take pictures, post it online, do the shipping yourself. It was so much work. And then the photography I loved. And then it was just before, just after lockdown. So maybe like, it was 2022. It was the same year that I started the vending machine business. I just burnt out. I didn't like it anymore. Hated it. I hated the industry. I hated the people in the industry. I say hate with a like loose term. I strongly disliked it. It was a lot of like bitchiness and things like that, and I couldn't deal with it. So and that's kind of what brought me to doing this, because I could do it on my own. There was nobody on social media doing it, so there was no one to judge me, no one to compete against. So yeah, it kind of I loved it. I was in my own world.
Yeah. No, I definitely hear you, man. Like we said, I don't know anybody who's been doing it before you, really. And if they have, they probably just haven't done it on a huge scale like what you've been able to achieve. So like, you're the queen of vending now. I mean, you've got how many, how many vending machines you got now?
27. I had 28 and I took one out the other day.
Okay, cool. So you got 27 vending machines across the UK?
Yes. Well, Manchester, North area.
So you're doing all right then.
Yeah, doing all right, yeah.
So you've got all these vending machines, right? Let's go back to you actually getting your first vending machine, the failures that you've obviously seen doing this, and is it actually quite difficult to do, or is it something where you just put your mind to it, and if you get the right mentoring, the right help, you're able to scale it? Like, talk to us about the business model.
So I think for me, it was really difficult at the start, but it was also really fun because I didn't know what to expect. So because there was no one like showing it online, so there wasn't really any expectations, so I kind of was just going at my own pace. Would it have been easier to have someone teach me how to do it? Yes. Don't get me wrong, I had people that I could go and ask questions to, people that I bought machines off and things like that. I built really good relationships, but that only happened over a period of time, didn't have it straight away. So yeah, I mean, the amount of money I've lost probably just making mistakes is unbelievable because there was no information out there for me to learn from. So I had to, do trial by error. But the first vending machine I bought was terrible. It was doing £30 a month.
£30 a month?
A month.
And how much was that vending machine?
It was about 900. No, it was 700. And then I sold it for 900. So I did make a profit, which was nice. But the thing is that £30 a month, I had to drive an hour away just to fill it up and then an hour back. And it was in a horrific location. It was on a high street. There was a shop next door. Like, I didn't have the knowledge not to put it next to a shop. And obviously now I do. But yeah, I was like buzzing all that. I had my own vending machine. I was really happy. And then I don't know how that didn't put me off that £30.
I was literally just about to ask
don't know how
because I'm thinking £30 profit, like, is it worth it for an
I mean, I don't know how it didn't put me off. And then, so the only guy that was doing it in the UK on social media at the time, he was selling his only location because he only had one location as well.
Right.
And luckily he only lived 35 minutes from me. And I bought it for like 2,000 and it was doing £300 a month and I got it to do like 1,500 a month just by doing sales analysis and things like that. I was obsessed with the sales. I would always look at the app and be like, oh, I can change this out. I can put more of this in. And it just grew and grew and grew. And now I had to put another machine in there.
Sick. So you basically just innovated, You just thought, okay, this is the business model. How can I make this profitable for me? How can I make it work for myself? And then you just sort of went from there. Mm-hmm. So like, you were making £30 profit, right? And like you said, you don't.
I don't even think that was profit.
All right.
I think that was revenue.
Oh, it wasn't even profit.
No, it was revenue.
Oh shit. Okay.
That was probably in a minus.
So it was unprofitable, right? But like, as the old saying goes, like in business, you've got to put money in to get money out, right? What was your mindset starting this business? Because you've done other things beforehand, right? Do you feel like that prepped you for the vending machine business and, just to stay resilient and just keep your head down and not really look at the numbers too much when you were getting started?
Yeah.
What did that sort of look like for you?
I mean, I'm always been the person that knows where you have to invest money to make money. So, I think learning for me, I'd pay thousands for knowledge. And the fact that, unfortunately, I had to pay thousands to teach myself, through mistakes, still the same thing. But yeah, I mean, I've always been someone that's like willing to like invest my money or try things out or risk it. I mean, I'm very lucky that my parents have let me do it. They've not given me the money, but they've been like really supportive about it, which I really appreciate. So yeah, I mean, when I said to my mum, I'm going to buy a vending machine, she just kind of didn't think anything of it and was just thought it was another thing.
You think, as far as I don't see those wrappers in your bedroom, it's cool.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, she was like, go for it. I mean, how old was I? I was like, I don't even know, how old am I now? I was like 23, I think, when I started. And yeah, she was just like, I think she just trusts me, and I'm glad she trusts me because now I'm being able to give back to her, which is great.
And when you bought that first vending machine and bought like the first batch of stock, let's say, how did you even afford that? Because you're like 23, you're starting out, like, did you have money saved up? Was it a case where you took out a loan?
So I was living on my own in Manchester City Centre, so I was paying a lot in rent, but I was working in a finance job at the time, so I was getting, I think I was on like 27k a year. And thinking back now, that is nothing.
Yeah.
It's nothing. So, and like, no disrespect to people that are doing that. I think anyone that works is
100%.
like, hats off to them. But, yeah, I mean, I was just scraping by, but I was also, I think I was just doing photography at the same time. I can't even remember. It's been that long ago. So I did have a little bit of money saved from doing that. And then, I think I had like 3,000, and I swear I had like a tax rebate. I had something come in for like £800 or something. And then, yeah, I saved my money. I was doing a little bit of reselling as well. I lived in this 1-bed flat, and half of the wardrobe must have been about a meter wide from like 2 sides, so you could walk through it, and half of that was for reselling, and it turned into vending machine stock. So
you basically just stacked up all of the money that you could get, basically.
Yeah, just kept reinvesting it.
Okay, cool. So buying that first vending machine, doing what you're doing, you then wanted to scale up. Did you seek more like mentoring, or like did you have someone to say, okay, like, I've got 1 vending machine, how do I turn this into 2? How do I turn it into 3? Or did you just say, I'm just going to copy and paste this?
Yeah.
Because that's basically what you could do.
Yeah. I mean, again, I didn't have anyone to help me out. So yeah, it was a copy and paste thing, or I was just so motivated to make money. And like, I think even though I wasn't profitable in that first one, I think even seeing the sales, even though it was only £30 a month, like, oh, people do want this. Maybe I just need to rejig the older business plan a bit,
Just change it up a little bit.
Yeah, just flip on its head.
Just tweak it. Yeah, I get you. I get you. So you've been featured in like some big news articles, like LADbible. You've been featured in The Mirror. You've been featured in Manchester Evening News. Like, how did you get to that point? Like, the Meg that was starting back when she was 23, doing reselling, doing a bit of here and there with like the 9 to 5 and stuff. Like, what do you think changed for you as like an entrepreneur, as a business owner, the mindset, the way that you look at things? Has it changed?
Yeah, 100%. It's changed just this year. So the past 12 months it's changed. And when I first started doing social media, I only did it because, like I said, I've got a really bad memory. I barely remember 4 years ago. So luckily I've got it on record on YouTube. So I kind of only started it just so I could look back and be like, this is what the process was like. But yeah, and I did make it in case other people wanted to watch it, but I wasn't really bothered about that. So kind of just, that was just another pro. So yeah, when I started doing that, I just started filming my life, and then kind of just got to the point of keep filming. And then I met a guy in the US called Donald, really good friend of mine now. He messaged me at the start of the year saying he wanted to come over and film because I was the only one doing it in the UK. He was doing like a vending machine world tour sort of thing. He's going around and interviewing a load of vending machine owners, which I think is really cool. And then so I jumped on a call with him, and I was only doing YouTube long form at the time. Okay. And he said, just post a short. And I was like, I don't really want to do TikTok. So I don't want to do TikTok. I still hate it now. But I was like, right, okay. He was like, once you get off this call, post a short form. So I posted it. I did like 800k. The first one that I ever posted did like 800k in like 3 days. And then everything just blew up from there. I just kept posting, getting more views. And then I got I think it was a publisher wanted to interview me. He interviewed me. That got put out, and he was like, not many articles will pick it up. I don't really get that many people picking it up, but we can put it out there and see what it does. And then he came back to me a few weeks after it went out, and he was like, I've never seen like one of my articles go that mad before. So yeah, that was nice. I wasn't expecting anything. So to have like, it was like 10, maybe even more, because I was in like India news, I was in the US news, I was
everywhere.
Yeah, I was everywhere, and I was just like mind blown. I don't think I processed it, because I still don't.
Was that the point for you where you're like, yeah, I've made it? Or did you feel like that way before this happened?
I still don't feel like that now.
Really?
Yeah, I still don't.
Why?
Yeah, because I just feel like myself. Yeah, I do. Yeah. Like I'm just the person that wakes up, does work, goes to football, hangs around with my friend, come home, and then we'll work until late in the night, and then make sure I still get 8 hours sleep. And then I'm like really close to my family as well, and I think I just try and ground myself so much that I don't really think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think I'm pretty much the same, like, you know, from the background that I've come from as well. It's like, I always said to people and like to myself, I made that promise to myself that no matter how much money I make or where I go with business or whatever I'm doing at the time, I will never forget where I've come from, and I'll always still be the same person. Like, you are that type of person where you want people to perceive you how they see you on social media as they are or as you are in real life.
Yeah.
And that for me is like a big thing, because with socials these days, like, people can just put out what they want you to see. But I feel like that's why so many people can connect to you on like a real surface level where they can be like, you know what, she's real.
Yeah.
Because your content speaks volumes and they feel like she's just like me. And that's what inspires others to do it. And I know that's obviously what we're going to talk about in a minute, but you know, your journey from where you've been to where you are now is absolutely incredible. And
Thanks.
I know that you're now helping people to do that. Let's touch on that. So when did you think to yourself, you know what, I'm an expert at this, I want to now start helping others to do it? And what was your reason why?
The first reason why I started like a program was because I was getting so many people messaging me and, oh, how did you do it? Like, how can I start? And I put so much information out on YouTube and they just felt like it wasn't enough. And I felt like a broken record, just people constantly asking me. I was answering the same questions over and over and over again. And then it was the start of this year. I was like, do you know what? Maybe I could put something together. I've always been one of them people that are like, no one's going to buy a course. No one's going to buy a course. No one's going to want to learn from me. So I was like, maybe I can just put it in one place where I don't have to keep repeating myself and I can teach people that actually want to do it and not people that are wasting my time getting information and then never doing anything with it.
Yeah.
So I like spent 10 minutes just texting you one paragraph and then for you to never actually take action on it. So I was like, the people that are actually serious are going to, you know, they're going to want to invest. So I'm not only teaching people, I'll make a little bit of money out of it. I don't have to keep, you know, sound like a broken record.
Yeah.
So that's what.
It works both ways for you, because then you're putting out the value as well. But then it's like, if you want more value, if you want like the step-by-step blueprint, here's the option, right? I got asked this question probably when I first started from my first mentor. He was like, do you feel like everyone is capable of starting a business? And do you feel like people are meant to be entrepreneurs, or do you feel like they have that something inside them that drives them to become the successful business owner that they see themselves 10 years away before it even happens? And I said, I don't think everyone's ready for entrepreneurship. And like you said, I just feel like people are just lazy these days. Don't get me wrong. Like, we've both been there, right? Where we've had those moments where it's dark. It's like, there's no way out. You don't see it working for you and you have your doubts and all that stuff. But I mean, if you really sort of boil it down to the fundamentals, like, you need to go and do it yourself to get the things that others want but can't have. And I feel like if more people actually just gave it a shot and just stuck with it for a certain period of time, they would see the results. Yeah. Right. Of course, there's things where, you know, you've got to get the right information, you've got to learn from the right people and all that sort of stuff. But it all starts with the person. And the person has got to see it for themselves to be able to achieve it. Yeah. And I feel like a lot of people just think it's easy, because that's another thing online. A lot of people paint this picture that it's just so easy to do. And don't get me wrong, it's easy for them because they're now 10 years deep or 5 years deep, right? But you're a beginner where you have no business knowledge. You've never done this before, or it's your first rodeo and you're thinking, you know what, I know nothing. Like, I'm starting from scratch. Like, those people are receiving information that I feel like is a little bit misleading in some sense. But I feel like with you, you keep it real, and that's what makes you the person that you are. And I feel like that's why people will relate to you, and they'll be able to be like, you know what, if I'm going to choose anybody when it comes to vending, not just because, you know, Meg's like the only person doing it in the UK and she's really, really successful with what she's doing, but like, it's the way that you come across. And I feel like your online presence right now is top notch.
I mean, I feel like it's always been at the front of my mind to always be myself and always be truthful as well. Like, we get people coming to the coaching now and I'm like, I don't think it's for you. But, I think for me, it's resilience as well. Like, you just got to be resilient with it. Yeah. And you got to push through those hard times. And if you have a personality where you can't do that, I don't think it's for people like that at all. Yeah. I mean, people do think it's supposed to come to them on a platter, and unfortunately you have to go through the hard times, and
you do
the blood, sweat and literal blood, sweat and tears to be successful.
Yeah. Do you feel like some people that may come into your coaching program, for example, do you feel like the people that are most successful have had like previous business experience, or they've tried other side hustles and all that sort of stuff? Or is it a case where you feel like if anybody puts their mind to it genuinely, they can still get the same results? Or do you feel like they have that edge over someone who's a complete beginner?
It depends on what we're calling success, because I get people coming in that have got like 150k to invest. So yeah, it's going to be a lot easier for them because they can spend money on marketing, they can spend money on sales reps and things like that. So is a success going to come quicker? Probably, because you can, buy 10 machines starting up. Some people can't do that. But I don't think if we're going to go to actual success now, I don't think it matters. I think as long as you've got the willingness to do it, I think business can be taught to anyone. So I don't think just having a business background is going to define your success in this business. I think, again, resilience and how much you want to learn is going to be the true. So how much you want it. How much do you want it? Because if you want it bad enough,
you'll make it happen regardless.
Yeah, exactly. So I don't think it's people with business background. But yeah, going back again, it depends on what you think success is. Because yeah, people with thousands of pounds are obviously going to be a little bit more successful because they've got a bit of a little bit of a rocket to shoot them off with. But I don't think it matters.
Yeah. What's the quickest time frame where you've seen like someone come into the program and then they've got results and they're already getting vending machines, they're securing locations, they're making money from it?
Well, I just had this lady come in and she'd been working with me like six weeks. I think it's been like 6 weeks. Yeah, 6 weeks. And she's, just like an average person. And I think she had like 5,000 to invest at first. And she's already got a first location ready to go in January.
Wow.
And then I've got people that are just like average Joe workers, retail workers who have secured like a 6 machine contract. But then I've got, on the flip side of that, I've got someone that's, maybe come into a little bit of money, been working with me 6 weeks, and then I think he's got like seven potentials, and then he keeps messaging me every day saying I've got 3 more sites that are potentials. I'm like, oh my God, I can't keep
That's
up.
crazy. So 6 weeks, did you say?
Yeah,
and he's got how many?
I think confirmed like site visits, maybe like 7.
Wow, that's quick. That's basically 1 every week.
Yeah,
that's mad.
So, but he has the money to invest in that.
That's what you're talking about. Speed and.
But I mean, that doesn't mean that. Like going back to the lady, she has a lot less to invest. Decent amount to invest, 5,000. I always say like 3,000 is a good amount, but 5,000's even better. And she's still been successful with getting her first machine in those 6 weeks. So yeah, I mean, if we're determined success on getting results, the fastest, anyone could do it because you get that first success in a few weeks.
Yeah. And it took you how long to, start seeing success with the vending machine business model? It took you a lot longer than, let's say, 6 weeks, 2 months.
God, yeah.
And that's down to obviously just following the blueprint, right? Because you had to figure it out yourself and go 1 + 1 = 2. No, this doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, it's because I didn't know anything. I didn't know what locations were profitable, what snacks were profitable, what snacks were going to sell. I just didn't know it, so I kind of had to figure out myself, and yeah, it took me so much longer. I probably wasn't. So I think it was 2024 summertime. I bought a business out, and I was like, right, okay, we're doing good now. And now we're here today. We're 27. I'm like, all right, we're doing all right.
Doing all right.
Yeah, doing all right.
Just want to get to that 30.
Yeah, I wanted to get 30 by the end of the year, but I've just been way too busy to do it.
Yeah. What's the goal for next year?
Maybe 50. I reckon
50.
I can do 50. But then it's like very slim on time as it is. So I did this this series on Instagram saying get into my 100 vending machines, and I was like a step back.
It'll take me years.
Not even that. It's like so much work.
Yeah.
It's a fun little thing to work towards, I guess. I mean, having goals is the whole point. So yeah, I mean, probably 50 next year.
50.
Yeah.
I reckon you can do that.
And then probably hire someone to fill them up, because if I'm doing coaching and content as well full time, it's a lot of work. But if I was just doing vending, then yeah, it'd be fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How many vending machines would you say that somebody would need to replace their 9 to 5? I know obviously it depends on like their salary and stuff, but like, let's say someone's earning 24k a year, right?
24k.
How many vending machines would they need? I know it depends on location and profitability, but like on average, from what you've seen, what would you say is like the ideal number?
So if we're talking 24 after tax, 2k a month, or like 4 or 5.
4 or 5.
Yeah. Obviously, I've got a student right now. His vending machine is doing £100 a day, so it's at three grand a month. So again, it does depend, but average, say an average did £400, probably like 4 to 5.
Okay, so it's not too many. You just need. It depends on, like you said, like success. Like, what does success mean to that person? Because like success to some people would be, I just want to make an extra £500 profit, right? Plus their 9 to 5, because that would help out a lot of people, right? Like you said, a lot of people are not cut out for the entrepreneurship game.
Yeah.
And some people don't even want to be a part of it, but they do want to earn that extra £500 to £1,000 per month, because that would help them to pay their bills, live a life with a little bit more freedom, have a bit more flexibility with their finances. So I totally get that. But 4 to 5 is not like, I mean, if someone's getting 1 in 6 weeks, I know it's her. I know she's hustling, she's willing to do it. But if people are able to come into your program and they're getting results like that within 6 weeks, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Like if you were to take like a property course, for example, it will take you a hell of a lot of capital to get started. It will take you so much knowledge that you need to acquire before you're able to go and make a success out of it. Whereas vending, like if you just put your mind to it, you can turn it around quite quickly, which I think is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Do you feel like, if you weren't doing vending, do you feel like you still would have been in the business or entrepreneurial sort of sector where you would still be like, I'm going to make a business, I'm not going to work for anybody? And what would that be if it wasn't vending?
100%. I hate working with people. I hate being told what to do. I hate it so much. Not in like being like egotistical or a narcissist, but I just don't like people.
No, I get
what to do.
I get you.
I think it's just because we're all equals. I completely agree. Every single person on the planet are equal. So why are you telling another human being what to do? Or why are you telling me I can't go to this doctor's appointment?
It's a freedom.
Why is my health not more important than this spreadsheet? That's why that was the line that made me go in full time with this. But probably would still be doing reselling.
Really?
I do want to go back to it in the future.
Okay. Why is that?
I don't know, because it's been my roots. So he's going to have a special place in my heart. Like vending was my first like successful baby. But, and I mean like successful in like a very wide term. But reselling for me was what got me to vending. And I've seen months where reselling's done really well.
Compared to vending? Or?
No, really, no. Maybe like half of it. But I've just not, because it's so hands-on, it's a lot harder to scale.
Do you feel like now that you've got the vending machine business, you're doing the coaching, I know obviously the future's so far away from where we are now, but like, do you feel like you'd have the time to do it? Because you said it's quite hands-on, right? Yeah,
I'd probably delegate and hire some people. I don't think I could do it. I'd probably oversee everything. Make sure everything's running smoothly, because I know the systems that need to be put in. I've got connections as well. So yeah, it would just be me hiring people to probably do it. But I always have this picture in my head of like having a huge warehouse and
it's
like
sick, isn't it?
half a vending, half a reselling, and then like a little office at the top. And I'm just like,
that's sick.
Yeah, that's like the dream.
That's the vision.
Yeah,
that's the vision.
Like,
do you reckon you'll get there over the next 3 years?
3 years,
Yeah? Okay. So 50 machines next year. I'm putting you to this. Right, we're gonna come back here and do another bloody episode. Okay. I'm gonna be like, "What you on now?" Okay,
49.
Cool. Yeah. You'll be like, "I'm not there yet, Reese. I haven't even started reselling."
Definitely next year. I was gonna buy a house this year, but I was like, I could probably put my money into reinvest in it instead of an expense that's not gonna bring me. It's gonna bring me a return, but not like physically gonna bring me a return. It's just like place to store and do work. But then I always think maybe I could get a warehouse and have like a a room for like YouTube and put more time and effort into that. So is it an investment? I'm always weighing up the where to put each pound.
Yeah. It comes to a point where you're like, is it worth the aggro? Is it worth the time?
Yeah, because then you got to pay bills as well when you go where I was like, right now where I am, my landlord's sick. He's like, gives me a floodlight, and like he's like, oh, just plug an extension lead in, and there's free Wi-Fi there, and I'm like, really comfortable.
Yeah.
I hate being comfortable. I hate that term.
Getting complacent.
But, yeah, I am. But I'm like, maybe I could, probably do the next 6 months there and then move on. Plus, I'd like, this is going off subject, but the people in the building, like. It's so helpful having them there.
Yeah.
If I need a tool or something, there's gonna be someone there that's got like a screwdriver I don't have.
Yeah.
Or like if something's really heavy, they're all men, so they can come and help me out.
Pick out.
The amount of times to move the vending machines is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, having that community is what I'll miss when I get a warehouse. But yeah, I mean, it's a step that I do need to take as well.
Yeah. Do you think that you'd ever expand beyond the UK? Because you said that you got connections in the US.
Yeah.
Is that an option?
Yeah, I really want to.
Okay.
I think I could do a whole section on this, but I think the US is crazy for making money in entrepreneurs. People are just willing to spend money over there. People over here, they're not really willing to do that. Like that TikTok you sent me the other day.
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, I said it.
So true, isn't it? So true.
So yeah, I kind of want to. Also, I went to New Jersey summer this year and went to New York as well, and I absolutely loved it. Didn't miss home once. So yeah, could I see a potential future there? Definitely. And like just like jump. It's only like 10 hours, not even 10 hours. Like you just jump over.
Just jump.
Yeah.
Private jet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Time travel.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now the US is a huge market for vending, I think. Like not only is it just 10x what the UK is, but also, like you said, people are just more inclined to, want to do business with you, people who are willing to store the vending machines in their locations and whatnot. I feel like there's just such a huge market there. And because this is so broad in terms of like the scope of where you could take it, it's just endless. Like you're at 27 vending machines right now. Imagine if you were able to take it to like 100, 150. Like that's insane. Like you'd be able to do that within the US, like not easily, but
do it in 10 minutes.
Yeah. Like, I mean, there's just so much opportunity there. Yeah. Whereas I'm not saying there's not any opportunity in the UK, but like compared to the US market, especially with what you're doing, it's just huge. Is that including the coaching as well? Like, are you teaching people from the US at the moment, or is it just in the UK?
So we're about to release that.
Oh, okay.
And I'm really excited because I've been like learning a lot because it's very similar. It is very similar, but obviously some things are different. So things that are different, I'm learning right now, and like it's really interesting to be honest for me. Because once I don't want to miss anything out of what I'm learning, just in case there's an error in the system. But I'm putting the piece into place to teach people in America as well, because the amount of connections I've got over there is unbelievable. I mean, I've got connections over here, and it's expected because it's my country. But over there, I wasn't expecting to have that many. Even in Canada.
Really?
Yeah. So
you're worldwide.
Yeah.
It's worldwide. Yeah.
Yeah, just need to go,
or
need to go that way now. That way.
How did you get those connections? Like in the US, was it a case where you just
social media?
Socials?
Yeah, social media. I mean, I'm luckily Donald found me. I do my social media success. I do kind of give him some credit for that, because he was the one that like encouraged me to post, and he came over as well. We did a video, and that did like 100k views on YouTube, which I've never hit on my own YouTube. So that was great. I think it's like his third most popular video. So I'm
really
very happy about that. So yeah, and then a lot of people saw me from that as well. So yeah, hats off to Donald. Shout out to him. But yeah, kind of all the other people have come from either seeing that video with him or me reaching out to them because I've seen a video with them.
Yeah.
There's so many vendors out there like doing vape vending, beauty vending. It's insane.
Yeah, there's all types of vending machines now.
Yeah.
Like we were speaking about one. What was the name of it? The one in Manchester.
Oh, Maggie Lashes.
Yeah, shout out Maggie Lashes.
Shout out Maggie Lashes, yeah.
Yeah, like even with hers, like it's so unique. Like with vending, you could just do anything. I saw one the other day. I think it was like Top Trumps in there. I was thinking top trumps. I was like,
Oh, I actually say
God.
my supplier
Is it?
has got one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, I've never seen that before. And I was thinking that is a throwback. Like, I was like, what are they doing in there? I was thinking, are they even making any money off these?
Yeah,
like,
I'll show you a picture later. Yeah.
Like, people don't even buy them anymore or use them. Like, I'm thinking, oh, okay. Like,
It's
it must
coming
be a
at
market
Pokemon
for
card
everything.
soon. I think it's going to come back.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, go back to Meggie Lashes. Like, I think she smashed it. She's created a brand. And I think, and this is nothing to do with her products or anything, but I think most people will be buying because they've been like, oh my God, it's Meggie Lash's vending machine. I've seen her on TikTok. Then goes and buys. Because she's in like very wide space areas, like shopping centres and things like that.
Do you think there's more money in doing it like that? Like, where you have a unique product or it's something different? It's not like your traditional snacks that you're putting in the vending machine.
I mean, it depends on the margins. The margins will be a lot bigger on those sort of stuff. But the frequency of the purchase is probably a lot lower than a snack and drink machine, say in a warehouse with 200 people. You're probably going to get more sales a day. I don't know because I don't have the background, so I could be wrong. But I think people need snacks and drinks more than people need a vape.
The demand is higher.
Yeah.
Yeah. With like the snacks and drinks, do you do coffee machines?
Yes.
Or is it just mainly like...
Yes, I always put that to the back of my mind.
Oh, really? Why is that? The headache, they're always breaking.
Nah, they're not. It's not the breaking, it's the maintenance on them. The cleaning. The wire show.
It's messy and all that.
I mean, like, I'm the type of person that, like, my dog, like, when my dog, like, throws up or something, like,
Yeah.
So when you go into a coffee machine, like, it doesn't matter how much you keep it clean, it's going to get dirty. But so yeah, I was cleaning one the other day and I was like gagging. I was like, trying to clean. I'm not even going to describe to you what it looked like. It was horrible.
Oh, please don't.
It was horrible. And then so it's just coffee machines are really good. They're really profitable. But I think it's a whole another side to vending as well. I think they're easy to use though, but yeah, it's a pain in the backside if something breaks, and then because it's not just the actual machine, it's the water as well. You got to think of, like, with a vending machine, you can plug a vending machine anywhere.
Yeah,
there's a plug socket, not an extension lead, a plug socket.
Safety measures.
Safety. But with a coffee machine, you have to have like a water installation. So sometimes
I can see that because with like snacks, like let's say it was like a Snickers bar. Beep, 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 done, drops down, that's it, right? Whereas the coffee machine is doing all the tossing and turning, coming out, and then like, thinking of like the maintenance side of it, I can see how that could, play a big part. For people starting out, like, would you always recommend like snacks and drinks, even if they want to do, let's say, something completely different? Let's say it was just like, I don't know, we could do a coffee example. Like, people.
I would say I have this guy right now that wants to do a different type of vending. We've been working hard with it. It's harder to get a vending machine location. So I've said to him, like, let's check the investment, what we've still got left. Maybe we can not buy the snack machine straight away. Get a location for a snack machine, put that on, start making money, and then we can go back to the niche vending. I don't think it's impossible to do niche vending. I think it's a lot harder, but I don't think it's impossible. But going back to the coffee machines, I think coffee machines are good. The price per unit to sell the sell unit is a lot lower than what you would sell like a Snickers or something. But I sell mine for 80p. My coffee, it used to be 50p. Sell it for 80p. And we're talking like a 12-ounce cup as well. It's not a small cup. So it's probably like the same size of a small Costa, 80p. And me personally, I prefer the hot chocolate in my vending machines. And that's not even me being biased. I prefer hot chocolate in vending machines than I do from a coffee shop like Starbucks or Costa.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, but...
Flavor's better.
Yeah. I wish I could like... Now. But it's a lot harder to make £200 from a coffee machine than it is from a vending machine. Because, one, frequency. Not everyone's going to be buying coffee and hot chocolate, especially in summer. But all year round vending. In the cold, people don't want to go outside. They're going to use a vending machine. In the summer, people are dying of thirst. It's a vending machine. So it's kind of an all round seasonal thing. coffee's a seasonal thing, but then it's like an all-round thing.
Yeah, it has more like longevity as well because it's just an all-round thing, like you said. So like for people that are starting out, you'd always recommend like snacks and drinks. Start for the basics and then venture out and do what you want to do with it.
I mean, we could, if you don't want to do it, that's fine. But we'll be straightforward with them. It's going to be a little bit more difficult, a lot more difficult than it is going to be snacks and drinks. Because if we was in the US, I probably would be having a different conversation. But in the UK, people are, I think, more reluctant to try new things, like vape vending in a nightclub or something like that. And again, I don't know the logistics of that, so don't hold me to that one. But yeah, I think people are less likely. Whereas I know people that are in the US and they've got 100 vape vending machines, are selling them for $25 per vape. Couldn't do that over here.
Yeah.
Couldn't, and it's just so much easier for them to get yeses than over here. It's so hard for a niche vending. And then there's like logistics, like tenders that you have to go into, but there's no point going into that because you have to have like a solid company background.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a lot harder.
No, I get you. With like business in general, like you've been there, you've done it. How did you navigate yourself through staying focused on just one thing? Because you done the reselling.
Yeah.
You obviously tried the photography business.
Yeah.
Then you went to vending. Like, what was the point where you were thinking, I'm just going to stick to this one?
I thought I was going to stick to photography.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. I was very successful in photography. It was very successful. I'll show you some more work.
Yeah.
But no, I was really successful. I was working with big brands. I was working with big modeling agencies, and I burnt out. So I think vending, the approach there is going to be, I was really bad at giving myself time and space to do other things, like like golf, football, for example. Probably wouldn't have done that when I was doing photography. I felt like I was at that age as well where you feel like, oh, hustle culture.
Yeah.
So I was like never having time off or anything, always burning out. And then I think now I'm just because I'm a lot more successful as well. I'm more for the idea of having days off and time off. Don't get me wrong, I don't know what's wrong with me because I'll be sat watching TV and I don't know, new Stranger Thing comes out and I'll watch it and I'm like, I should really be doing work right now. I'm like, no, chill. Let's take some time to breathe, because I think that's what burnt me out of photography. I just did too much of it and thinking myself, so
it's more like the passion for you, and the freedom that vending gave you that made you think, this is something that I want to continue doing. Because that's the thing as well, like a lot of people just follow the crowd, right? They'll be seeing this guy's doing e-commerce, this guy's doing Airbnb, and they're like, they just jump from one thing to another.
Yeah.
Just because they think that it's easier.
Yeah.
And there is this quote where people always say, like, follow your passion. And then there's some people that go, oh, don't follow your passion, because like if you follow your passion, you're going to end up broke, or you're not going to do what's required, right? And I feel like there's like a middle ground between both of them, because like I feel like I've been in that loop where like I've been doing something, I enjoy it, and then probably gets to a point where I don't enjoy it anymore, right? And even Stephen Bartlett talks about this in his book. I've forgotten what it's called, but I read it one time and it was saying about like how you've got to know when to quit as an entrepreneur or as a business owner, because if you're hating it, then you're actually damaging the business. Yeah. And you're also slowing yourself down. So it's like knowing when to pivot and knowing when to stick with something is like a real skill that like entrepreneurs need to have in place and learn, because there's going to be days where you're going to be like, like it's cool, it's a bad day, it's one of them, another day in the office sort of thing. But then if you're not enjoying it and you're not enjoying the grind and you're not, I know it sounds crazy, but if you're not like enjoying the setbacks or like, having a joke about it and just being like, it is what it is, we lost this today, or, blah, 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 then that's saying something. And I feel like to have like longevity and be really successful in something, you have to enjoy what you do. Yeah. You have to, because like that's what's going to push you through the hard times. That's what's going to get you out of bed in the morning. Right? If you hate it, you're going to be like, I fucking hate this. Do you know what I mean?
There's times where I really dislike what I do. There's times where I hate it. Like, I'm like, oh, I don't want to be dealing with this today, or I've got to jump on it. Like, I'll just be straightforward. Sometimes I don't want to jump on a call with a student. I'm tired. I want to, just want some downtime. But, that's what separates the people that are successful to the people that aren't. You've got to push through it and
that's it.
Do stuff you don't want to do. And I think you're going back to the enjoying the bad times. I've really got better at not letting it get to me too much. If something bad, like a vending machine breaks down, or I have to I lose a location, for example, I'm like, I've been through it before. I got through it. It's going to happen again. It's fine. There's no point even like thinking about it.
Yeah.
It is what it is. It's part of life. So yeah, I think turning a negative into a positive, or just not ignoring the negative, but kind of ignoring the mental toll it takes on you is kind of it's a good thing to do. Just not letting it even get there.
Yeah, that's it. You just got to look at the positive in everything, or try to, because it's not going to be easy. No. If not, just stay in a 9 to 5. Like, I said this to my partner, right? I said to her, listen, when I first met her, she didn't really understand what I do, and she didn't understand the agency space, didn't understand online business. I said to her, one of the things when being an entrepreneur and, running your own stuff is that you've got nobody to save you, right?
True, yeah.
And like, if you don't make things happen, you're going to be flat on your face, and that's that. You ain't going to get paid. You're going to go without. And that's why we say, like, it's not for everyone, because that's the character that you need to have, where like you can deal with the pressure, but then you also look for a way out. You're solving problems. Yeah. And that's the biggest thing about being an entrepreneur, is being able to see things from all different angles and not just looking at it for what it is and going, okay, this happened, but how can I make this better? Or how can I use this to my advantage? Right. So
I think it's growing up as well.
Yeah.
I think like going back 4 years ago, I was nowhere near as cool headed as I am now when it comes to like mistakes or failures or setbacks. I would let it eat me up. But now I'm like 27 now, pushing on a bit.
Getting old.
Back's killing. But
that's from picking up all the vending
honestly,
that is.
For the amount I've spent on physio is unbelievable. But I think just maturing as well. You realise that you've been through worse, so you're gonna get through it, and there's no point letting it get to you. Yeah. I feel well old saying that.
When they say back in my day, we're getting to that point where we say back in my day. Do you know what I mean? But Meg, I mean, you've dropped some serious gems here, but I want to touch on this because I need people to realize that you can do it if you do come from nothing. I know that you said before to me that, you haven't had the easiest childhood in terms of like growing up with money and having things on a plate. Like, talk to me about that. How did that push you? How did that drive you? Like, what's your advice to people that are probably in your position right now?
So I grew up, just a little bit of background. I grew up with 2 parents. They're still together, which is great. I grew up in a semi-detached house in Openshaw in Manchester. Now, was the house nice? It was a nice house. It was like a 3-bedroom house. Was the area nice? No, not really. It was just like the bit where the houses were was nice, but as soon as you go onto the main road, that's when you're like keys in hand, ready to back someone out. But I grew up with parents that I hope my mum doesn't mind me saying this, but like had debt, and they didn't know the difference between good and bad debt and like investing. So for me, it's it was weird for my mum to understand where I wanted to invest money, because she's never done anything like that, but she's just been really supportive. So I wasn't exactly rich in terms of money, but I was really rich in terms of support. And I think you don't have to be rich to be successful, as long as you've got a mindset where you're going to succeed, or you've got a support base where they're really supportive of you going in and doing different things and trying different things is really important. But yeah, I mean, I was just a normal kid growing up, just from a normal family, really loving family. And yeah, I think being the youngest as well probably helped. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I think anyone can do it. I really do. I think anyone can do it if they put their mind to it. I see people going broke to go and buy like a Gucci bag or something like that, to post on the story for a couple minutes and then post a few Instagram photos, and then just to make themselves feel better. And I do feel for them sort of people. that they need what I can't validation from other people. Yeah. So yeah, I think people have the money to start businesses, but they care too much about what other people think as well. I think that is the worst trait to have in yourself. You kind of just, and I mean, when you're younger, you want to impress everyone, but when you get in your 20s, mid-20s, you need to start growing up and just being like, what's going to set me up for the future? And I don't really care what anybody else thinks. So don't buy that silly bag or a silly pair of shoes that you can't afford. Put that money somewhere else.
Don't go broke trying to look rich.
Exactly. Amen.
That's it. Amen. Say that again. No, it's true. It's true. Well, Meg, thank you for joining us on the podcast today.
Thank you for having me.
And yeah, I'm sure people will be able to find you in the description below so they can check out your Instagram. And if you want to start a vending machine business, she's your lady to get started.
That's me. Yep.